I honestly don't care which editing tool you are using because these three techniques can be used in any available software package out there. Hello and welcome here on Random Rotation. I hope you're all doing well. Let's directly start with tip number one. Try to separate the audio cut from the video cut. Right now I'm still sitting here in my chair talking to the camera. But now I get up and walk out of the frame, but you can still hear me talking. And that's simply because you already heard the sound from this second shot, and the corresponding video clip came in a little bit later, which created a very smooth transition from one shot to the next. And at the same time, it made it more appealing to watch. It created an interesting dynamic in the edit. Just compare it to the same sequence, with the only difference being that this time, the sound and the video cut are happening simultaneously. Hello and welcome here on Random Rotation. I hope you're all doing well. Let's directly start with tip number one. Try to separate the audio cut from the video cut. Right now I'm still sitting here in my chair talking to the camera. But now I get up and walk out of the frame, but you can still hear me talking. And that's simply because you already heard the sound from this second shot, and the corresponding video clip came in a little bit later, which created a very smooth transition from one shot to the next. And at the same time, it made it more appealing to watch. It created an interesting dynamic in the edit. Now let's take a look on how this actually works. Down here in the timeline you can see I already have my first clip. The second one is over here. I already set my in and my out point, so I just need to drag and drop it down here. And what we have now is more or less what you just saw in the second example. Let me play this back for you. Into the camera. Nothing's happening, I'm leaving the frame, everything's boring. But now I get up and walk out of the frame. So that needs to change. What I want to do is I want my audio to start somewhere around here. Alright? In Resolve, I first need to unlink the clips. That's a simple right click. And down here you can see the clips are linked together. I uncheck that. And now I can work on the in and the out points of the video and the audio clip individually. Here in my chair talking to the camera. But now I get up and walk out of the frame, but you can still hear me talking. And that's simply because you... Come on. That's a lot better, right? All that's left to do now is to normalize the audio, add a crossfade, stuff like that. No rocket science here. What did you like better? If you ask me, it's option number one. Just give it a try. Okay, cool. Now moving on with my second tip, and that is whenever you can, try to edit your video clips to the beat. And to prove my point that these techniques work in every single editing app out there, I will use Premiere Pro to demonstrate this. Let's start now by watching this short sequence here together. Okay, in this case, I started by choosing a song, this green thing down here. I listened to it 2 or 3 times and then I placed some markers. That is pretty easy here in Premiere. All you have to press is the M key. The reason why you can't see any markers here right now is that I simply copied this short sequence into this fresh timeline. So let's set some new markers together from scratch. Shall we? And so on and so forth. I am pretty sure that you understand the concept, so we don't have to go all the way through, right? Once you did that, you of course can zoom in really close to see if your marker really sits where you want it to be. If not, you can simply grab it and move it around. If I would have to do this edit again, I would probably move it one frame to the right. But let's be honest, it does not matter too much. And that is it. That is how you can add it to a beat pretty easily. These markers, by the way, are just there to help you visually. For short sequences, you might not even need them, but it does not hurt to know that they are there. And hey, just for the sake of it, let me quickly show you how this edit would have come out if I would not have paid attention to the beat. Be honest, have you seen that difference? In my opinion, it is pretty significant. Yeah, I know I repeat myself, but I think it's pretty significant. And my third and last tip for you today is, whenever you work with overlays of any kind, like I do in this video with my 1, 2, and 3, don't forget to add the corresponding sound. Watch this. Cool, now moving on with my second tip, and simple whooshes. Let's mute them. Cool, now moving on with my second tip, and now again with... Okay, cool, now moving on with my second tip. Way better, right? And it took me, what, I think a minute to find a nice whoosh sound. That's not very difficult to do, but it makes a whole lot of difference. And the same is true for transitions. Watch this. Okay, cool. And now, without the sounds, try. Okay, cool. That's super boring, right? Try. Okay, cool. Now moving on with my second tip. Better. And that was my third tip. Well, I'm pretty sure you noticed that already, but I just want to point out that each of these 3 tips had something to do with audio, which just proves, once again, how incredibly important audio is for video. Anyone who does not pay enough attention to that gives away a lot of potential to turn an okayish video into a really good one. Just saying. And that's it for this week. I really hope you liked it. And if so, thanks for that. I'll see you in my next video. And until then, stay safe and motivated. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.